Before this rant video starts, I like to say something. Sorry it's been a long time since I've done a rant or a salute video. I was just busy with other things, and those past 3 videos you just saw, it was about me with my return. So, yeah, let's get started. Now, before you're asking, I know you may go in a comment saying, "Wait, Spencer, I thought you liked Spongebob. You just said in the video that you like classic Spongebob." Well, that was only the classic series. This is for the modern. And it's not like season 4 all the way onward. It's just season 4 through 9. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get this started. Modern SpongeBob SquarePants. What? No! More like classic SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh my goodness. This era of SpongeBob is real bad. This era involves SpongeBob, and, in like some episodes of this era, he's like all serious and all, but mostly he's just being annoying with Patrick and annoying Squidward, and I really don't like that. Back then, SpongeBob and Patrick were annoying, but at least they weren't annoying to Squidward. And yeah, this SpongeBob is just so annoying, and he laughs like in most of the episodes, and the way he sounds is just, it's so ear bleeding. I liked his laugh better in the older series. Like, take the episode Plankton, his laugh was actually kind of funny. It was a long time, but at least it wasn't so squeaky, like, seriously, it's just, wants you to, like, say, I want to watch something else, I'm going to change the channel, or something like that. But anyways, yeah, this SpongeBob is just annoying. I'm sorry. Look, I apologize if it takes a while for the screen to show up, but that's not my fault. So, anyways, moving on to Patrick. Now, Patrick is very, very brain dead. What I mean by brain dead is that he's so dumb. Look, I know he was dumb in the classic era, but in the classic era, his dumbness was actually funny. Let me tell you an example. In the episode Band Geeks, when he had the question, he asked, "Is mayonnaise an instrument?" And that was funny. And there's another clip, like in the episode Secret Box, where he's like, "The inner machinations of my mind now really make mine." And it showed like an image of, or video of a milk carton spilling. Those were funny, but some like, Patrick, like, take the episodes like Rule of Dumb or Good Neighbors. Those were bad episodes from an okay season, I suppose. He just says, he's just dumb. He's especially dumb like the episode Pet Sitter Pat, where he had to take care of Gary for a whole day. That episode was terrible. He was treating Gary like crud. I mean, what did Gary do to him? Seriously, I just preferred Patrick in the older era. He was a lot better there. But this is how they wanted to make him, so I don't even bother. But by far, Patrick's just like the worst in the newer era. Moving on. By the way, you may, like, hold on, my hand's in the way. In this little spot right here, you may see a little bit of me. Just ignore that. Just focus on the video itself. Anyways, Mr. Krabs has to be one of the most unlikable characters in modern SpongeBob history. Let me tell you why. Because he is so flickin' cheap. Seriously, he's just cheap. I mean, like, in the older episodes, like in the episode Born Again Krabs, he was kind of cheap, but some people thought that episode was bad. I thought it was kind of good. But, like, in the new recent episode, like, it's from season 9, Layman Fortune, when Squidward won all that money from a clarinet winning competition or whatever, Mr. Krabs just becomes cheap and just takes the money. I mean, why would you do that to poor Squidward? Oh, and Squidward, I'll get to him later. I'll tell you something about him. So, anyways, yeah, by far, Mr. Krabs has to be like the most cheapest person ever. And he thinks that every single store in Bikini Bottom except for his own restaurant, the Krusty Krab, should be free. No. You know, no, that's not going to happen. They have to charge you money. If you don't pay, they think you're stealing. But seriously, he's just a cheap jerk. I don't like him. In the older series, he was a lot funnier. And, you know, in the newer era, he's just bad. And, gosh, no wonder why people hate him nowadays. Anyways, Mr. Krabs is just cheap. The end. Anyways, now moving on to Sandy. Now, Sandy's actually alright, but as I heard from one of my good friends, good YouTubers, EB, the Original Master, shout out to you, man. He says that Sandy's been more of a scientist, more than just a person who loves karate. I mean, yeah, in a few episodes you would see her and Spongebob do karate, but she's mostly a scientist, which doesn't make her much likable. In the older series, you know, she wasn't much of a scientist. Well, maybe sometimes, but she was mostly like a karate person or a Texas person. That's what I like about her, but making her a scientist, that's not good. I mean, you could do that once in a while, but like most of the time, especially how you have to keep throwing her in there in most of the episodes. That's just bad. But anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say about her. Now, Plankton. Now, I used to think that Plankton was a pretty good character because, you know, he was evil. He did try to steal the formula and all. But, you know, he's just too evil. You know, like, he keeps, like, going back to the Krusty Krab to steal the formula. Even though in the first movie, he just used it for a while. I mean, like, man, do you ever think that you stole the formula in the movie, but you're like, you know what? That one time I stole the formula, I think I should do it again. This is gonna be amazing. Oh my gosh, what has the animators done to you, dude? And even your wife. They changed her too, and that's terrible. I'll get to her next. Okay, anyways, yeah. By far, Plankton's just like another one of the bad characters on here. Now moving on to his wife, Karen. I know I said something about her before, but I'll probably just make it short. They didn't change much about her. Maybe about her voice and some of her personality, but nothing much has changed. Let's move on. Oh, this is going to be good. Mrs. Puff. Wondering what they done to her. I know. Maybe probably failing SpongeBob every time he, like, boats. Look, I know SpongeBob's a bad driver and all, but, you know, she wouldn't have given her extra chances, but I know he would fail. But that's SpongeBob. That's his way of driving. At least in the episode Bumper to Bumper, where, you know, Mrs. Puff is taking SpongeBob to a, like, I don't know, like a dark alley or whatever. He actually learned how to drive. He actually knew how to drive. Especially learning the quote, "Focus on the road. There is nothing but the road." When he said that a bunch of times, he actually got the hang of it. And, you know, I think he actually passed, or close to passing. But anyways, yeah. Mrs. Puff wasn't really changed all that much. Even in the classic series, she was kind of funny. But in a newer, not at all. Anyways, the last character I want to talk about that has bad problems is Pearl. Pearl hasn't changed much, but I could tell in some modern episodes, she's been crying a lot. Like in the older series, she was crying a lot. Like in the episode The Chaperone, where she didn't have anyone to go with her, she was kind of crying a lot. Also in the episode Barnacle Face, she was also crying as well, which many people would find that ear bleeding because, you know, character crying all that much is just kind of torture to them. Well, anyways, now moving on to a good side of the era. Here we go. Squidward. That's right. Squidward. As for Squidward, I find him the only good character in modern SpongeBob. Another person that thinks Squidward's the best character is Ben the Looney. As you heard from his SpongeBob rant, he said that Squidward's the only character he cares about in the entire show. Because Squidward always wishes SpongeBob and Patrick to die. Which, that may be kind of harsh, but that's what he's wishing. And I kind of do agree with that. I mean, I always find Squidward a good... I do think Squidward's a good character. In the older series, he was funny. I mean, like, he did get tortured. Or in, like, a couple episodes, like Jellyfishing and My Pretty Seahorse, where he fell off the bike, which feels like Happy Wheels. And he just exploded for no reason. That's hilarious. I love that. But... yeah, every time, like, when SpongeBob and Patrick gets annoying, he tells them to be quiet. And I don't blame him because they're so annoying. So this is, like, the only good thing I like about modern SpongeBob is this guy right here. Anyways. I don't know what my computer's doing right now. Look, guys, I'm sorry if you keep seeing these white screens right here. Anyways, I'm about to show you something that the creator should really have done. Yep, here we go. This is what they should really do. Like, before they made the new SpongeBob, they should have, like, taken, like, the newer SpongeBob and put him in the mirror and think what they have done to him. Like, this picture exactly makes sense. Like, if you would, like, take this version of him, and if you put him in the mirror, like I said, this is what he will look like. You know, I would like for them to do an episode, like, not an episode, but like a scene where SpongeBob's like, where he goes to the bathroom and he sees himself in the mirror, and then he sees his older self, and wondering, so this is how I looked like before. You know, they should do that. I really love this image. Whoever decided this image, good job for you. You get a shout out. Anyways, I know this doesn't feel like a rant, but this is what I can, like, do. Kind of like with my Peppa Pig rant. Anyways, the animation in the newer SpongeBob before Season 10 is real bad. You know, the characters are unlikable, except for Squidward. You know, the episode titles are bad. The songs are terrible, especially for that new Krusty Krab music. The original I like better. Anyways, thank goodness that this show right here got better after Season 9. I do not know... actually I do. Do you know who likes this era? All you TTP members. Do you know who hates this era? Classic SpongeBob fans. So... modern SpongeBob stinks. And so does modern Family Guy. Note, if you guys don't know already, I actually like Family Guy now. So just ignore the part I said in my Beavis and Butthead salute that I said this show stinks. I like it now, so it rocks now. Anyways, the classic era of SpongeBob will be forever times better than the new era. End of rant. You already know I'm going to be saluting on next. You'll find out soon. Goodbye, and peace out. I'm back.